Maybe skip the reunion this year, honey. The lake house is getting pretty crowded with your sister's kids and your brother's new family. My mom's text glowed on my phone screen as I sat in my realtor's office, pen hovering over the final paperwork to purchase Pine Valley Resort. My name is Anna Mitchell, and at 34, I was about to become the owner of the most prestigious lakeside resort in Vermont, the one right next to my family's beloved summer house. The same family who just uninvited me from our annual reunion. We just want to keep it intimate this year, another text buzzed through. You understand, right? You're single, so it's easier for you to make other plans. I smiled, signing the last document with a flourish. Of course, Mom, no problem at all. Enjoy the reunion. What my family didn't know was that their too crowded lake house sat right beside the sprawling 50-acre luxury resort I just purchased. After 15 years of careful investments and saving every penny from my meaningless office job, as my sister Kate loved to call it, I'd finally achieved something extraordinary. Congratulations, Ms. Mitchell, my realtor beamed, handing me the keys. Pine Valley Resort is officially yours. I'd kept my success quiet over the years, letting my family believe I was just getting by. It was easier that way. Kate was always the star with her perfect family and social media influence, while my brother Mark's tech startup made him the family golden boy. I was just Anna, the reliable one who helped with the kids and organized family events, but was somehow never important enough to be included when space got tight. The next few weeks were a blur of preparation. I threw myself into renovating the resort, updating the luxury cabins, and hiring the best staff I could find. Every decision was calculated, every improvement carefully planned. The resort would reopen just in time for the family reunion weekend. My phone kept buzzing with family messages. Kate, Mom said you're not coming to the reunion. Finally, we can use your room for the kids' play space. Mark, hey sis, sorry about the reunion thing. But you know how it is, the kids need space. Maybe next year. Mom, honey, I'm sending you pictures of the new outdoor furniture we bought for the lake house. See what you're missing. Each message strengthened my resolve. The resort's renovation was coming along beautifully. I'd added a spa, upgraded the restaurant, and installed a new marina with luxury boats. The crowning touch was the infinity pool overlooking the lake, directly visible from my family's house. A week before the reunion, I received a panicked call from my mother. Anna, something terrible is happening. They're renovating that old resort next door. There's noise and trucks everywhere. It's going to ruin our peaceful family weekend. I could hear Kate in the background. Mom, this is awful. All my Instagram photos will be ruined. That's terrible, I replied, watching from my new office as another shipment of designer furniture was delivered. But I'm sure it'll be fine. We should have invited you, Mom sighed. You're so good at handling these situations, but there's just no room. Don't worry about me, I said, signing off on the final inspection report. I made other plans. The day before the reunion, I watched from my office as my family arrived at their lake house. Kate's perfect family in their matching outfits, Mark's crew with their latest tech gadgets, Mom and Dad directing traffic like generals commanding an army. They all paused periodically to glare at the resort, clearly annoyed by the presence of luxury cars pulling up to the valley station. That evening, I received a group text from Kate. OMG, have you seen this? They turned that shabby old resort into some luxury monstrosity. Now we'll have to deal with rich snobs all weekend. I smiled, straightening my blazer as I prepared to greet the first guests at my resort's grand opening. Through the floor-to-ceiling windows of the reception area, I could see my family gathered on their deck, pointing disapprovingly at the resort. They had no idea that tomorrow, when they came to complain of the noise to the resort's management, they'd find me behind the owner's desk. Sometimes the best response to being excluded isn't anger or argument, it's success they never saw coming. I turned to my assistant with a smile. Make sure the Mitchell family from next door gets a special welcome basket tomorrow. After all, they're about to meet the resort's owner. The morning of the reunion dawned bright and clear. From my office window, I watched my family's familiar routine unfold. Dad attempting to grill breakfast, Mom frantically organizing activities, Kate documenting everything for her social media, and Mark showing off his new drone. Right on schedule, at exactly 9:43 a.m., the complaints began. This is unacceptable, my mother's voice carried across the lobby as she marched toward the front desk. my father trailing behind her. I demand to speak with the owner. My assistant, Sophie, maintained her professional smile. Of course, ma'am. Please follow me to the owner's office. I stood behind my desk, suppressing a smile as my parents walked in. The moment of recognition was everything I'd imagined. Mom's jaw dropped, her perfectly practiced speech forgotten. Dad's eyes widened, darting between me and the elegant office with its lake view. Anna? Mom whispered. What? What are you doing here? I work here. I replied calmly. Actually, I am here. Pine Valley Resort is mine. That's impossible, Dad sputtered. How could you? When did you? 15 years of smart investments, hard work, and now posting every detail of my life on social media, I answered. You never asked, so I never told. Mom sank into one of the leather chairs, her face pale. But you never said anything about having this kind of money. Would it have mattered? I asked quietly. Would it have made the lake house less crowded? Before they could respond, Kate burst into the office, her designer sundress fluttering. Mom, the resort spa is fully booked and She froze, seeing me. Anna? What's going on? Your sister, Mom said faintly, owns the resort. Kate's perfect composure cracked. That's ridiculous. Anna works in some boring office job. She can't afford. She stopped, taking in my designer suit and the nameplate on my desk. Surprise, I said mildly. That boring office job paid off. Mark arrived next, drawn by the family commotion. His reaction was different. He started laughing. Oh, this is perfect. All these years we thought you were just. And meanwhile, you were building this. Sis, you're a genius. The resort opens to the public next week, I explained, enjoying their stunned expressions. This week is just a soft opening for special guests. I've reserved the best cabins for you all. If you're interested, they're a bit more spacious than the lake house. But our reunion, Mom protested weakly, can continue exactly as planned, I finished. Just with access to a 5-star restaurant, luxury spa, private marina, and that infinity pool Kate's been photographing all morning. Kate had the grace to blush. I did post about how amazing the pool looked. I smiled. All 27 posts. The silence that followed was heavy with unspoken realizations. Years of dismissal, casual exclusion, and assumptions about my life choices hung in the air between us. Dad cleared his throat. Anna, honey, we may have underestimated you. May have, Mark snorted. We completely missed that our sister was building an empire right next door. Mom stood up, smoothing her skirt nervously. Those cabins you mentioned, are they really available? I pressed a button on my desk, and Sophie appeared with 5 sets of key cards. The presidential cabins are ready whenever you are. They have a perfect view of the lake house, just in case you're feeling nostalgic for the crowded quarters. Kate picked up a key card, examining the resort's elegant logo. I can't believe my little sister owns this place. My followers are going to. Your followers can wait, Mom interrupted, surprising us all. Anna, we owe you an apology. We haven't been fair to you. No, I agreed. You haven't. But right now, there's a champagne brunch waiting in the private dining room, and I'd hate for it to go to waste. As my family filed out, following Sophie to the restaurant, Mark hung back. You know what the best part is? He grinned. You let us exclude you from a reunion at a lake house, just so you could include us in something so much better. That's either brilliant revenge or incredible generosity. I smiled, straightening a photo on my desk, one from years ago when the lake house was enough and family reunions were simpler. Maybe it's a bit of both. The rest of the reunion weekend unfolded in ways I never expected. My family, still processing their shock, oscillated between amazement at the resort's luxury and embarrassment about their past behavior. Kate, surprisingly, was the first to have a real conversation with me. I found her Saturday morning in the spa lobby, staring at the wall of awards and press coverage about the resort's development. You know what kills me, she said, not turning around. All those times I bragged about my influencer deals and Mark's startup, you just smiled and nodded. Never once did you throw this in our faces. Would you have believed me if I tried? I asked, joining her. She shook her head. Probably not. We were also convinced we knew exactly who you were. The quiet sister, the reliable one. The one who didn't need to be included because... She trailed off, realizing how it sounded. Because I was alone. I finished. Because I didn't have kids or a high-profile career you could brag about at country club lunches. God, we were awful, Kate whispered. And you just built all this while we weren't looking. Later that afternoon, I spotted Dad sitting by the infinity pool, watching Mom try paddleboarding in the lake, one of the resort's many activities. He patted the chair next to him. Remember when you were 10, he said as I sat down, and he set up that lemonade stand. You didn't just sell lemonade. You had different flavors, proper accounting, even customer loyalty cards made from index cards. I smiled at the memory. You said I was overthinking it. I was wrong, he admitted. You weren't overthinking it. You were showing us exactly who you were going to become. And we were too busy watching Kate's dance recitals and Mark's science fairs to notice. Mom joined us, wrapped in one of the resort's plush robes. The instructors here are amazing, she gushed, before catching herself. Of course they are. You hired them. Actually, I corrected. I hired people who know how to hire amazing instructors. That's what good business is, knowing when to step back and let experts do their jobs. Like you stepped back and let us make fools of ourselves all these years. Mark appeared with his wife and kids, all wearing resort-branded swimwear. You didn't make fools of yourselves, I said. You just had a different picture of success. One that didn't include your boring sister with her boring office job. Sunday morning, our last day, I invited everyone to breakfast in my private penthouse suite overlooking the lake. The view of our old lake house from up here put everything in perspective. It looked so small now, yet it had once been the center of our family universe. I need to ask, Mom said, setting down her coffee. Are you going to sell the resort? Is this some kind of statement? I laughed. No, Mom, this isn't revenge. This is my life's work. I'm keeping it, growing it, maybe opening more locations. That's what I've been trying to tell you all these years. I had dreams too. They just didn't look like yours. Well, I for one am glad you're keeping it, Kate declared. My social media engagement has tripled since I started posting about my sister's luxury resort. Speaking of posting, I smiled, sliding an envelope across the table. Here's something you might want to share. Inside were lifetime VIP memberships for everyone, granting them access to all resort amenities year-round. The lake house might be crowded, but the resort would always have room for family. Anna, Dad started, his voice thick. We don't deserve this. No, I agreed. But that's what family is, isn't it? Getting more than you deserve sometimes and learning to be grateful for it. As they left that afternoon, loading their cars with resort gift bags and promises to return soon, Mom hugged me tighter than she had in years. Next reunion, she whispered, we'll be here, and you'll be the first one we call. I watched them drive away, standing on my office balcony. The lake house sat quiet now, a reminder of simpler times and complicated family dynamics. But across the water, my resort hummed with life and possibility. My phone buzzed, a family group chat notification. Kate had posted a series of reunion photos, ending with one of all of us by the infinity pool. Her caption read, sometimes the sister you exclude from the lake house owns the resort next door. Sorry, Anna, we'll never underestimate you again. Hashtag family reunion, hashtag proud sister, hashtag lesson learned. I smiled, typing my response. Next year, bring sunscreen. The lake house might be crowded, but my infinity pool has room for everyone. Hashtag family first. Sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's showing your family that success comes in many forms, and there's always room for growth, forgiveness, and maybe even an upgrade to a luxury cabin with a lake view.